To look at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Miami Marlins and the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals baseball is straight ahead next on the show. Carlos Martinez, the right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, he's got a career ERA under 4. For a starting pitcher, that is very dependable. They're just looking for a consistent start here in this one.
D. Gordon makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
The afternoon for Miami, second baseman, D. Gordon.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
And here's how the visiting Miami Marlins will line up in this one. What do they need to do to get a win on the road here today, Steve?
I think this team really needs to find that right balance between power and speed. They've got them both, but you can't rely too heavily on the long ball, and you also can't run yourselves out of potential run-scoring opportunities. So mix it together well.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. In time to first, and there are 2 away. And with a quick breather here, a look at the defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, Matty, we're going to talk about Yadier Molina defensively. We can just get to the gold gloves. Just a multitude of those. He's so soft behind the plate. He gets his pitchers a lot of pitches. He shuts down a running game. Very cerebral as well as far as setting up hitters. I don't know if the game has seen a better defensive catcher.
Holiday is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. And now the Cardinals get their first shot at it here. No score. Zay Fernandez, the Cuban-born right-hander, will be on the mound to start. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, remember, he's not a lot of fun to face because he's got 5 pitches. As a hitter, you've got to worry about the ball coming in, moving away, the speed. He's a lot to handle when you're up at the plate.
Chris Johnson is going to come on as a defensive replacement now as he takes over at first base. Number 41 comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Starts him out with a slider for a strike. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. Tap foul at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Yelich going back. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away. Now a moment here in St. Louis to look at the Cardinals starting lineup. Steve, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, they need to get guys on base, so you need patience at the top of the lineup and then aggressiveness out of the middle of the order once you've got some guys to drive in.
Into the windup and the pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Johnson is over, and he tucks it away for the second out. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the Miami D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, Giancarlo Stanton, if you've ever had an opportunity to watch him take BP, go watch it because it is unreal. Defensively, you can watch that as well. He's got a very good arm, and he shows surprising athletic ability for a big man out there. We'll see what he does in this one.
2 out, nobody on. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Hot shot on the ground is short. Oh, just a brutal hop, and it goes right by him.
First base runner of the ball game now for either team comes with 2 outs here in the home first. Now, with the cleanup guy due next, things all of a sudden could get a bit interesting.
Brandon Moss set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
He's set. Here it comes. This is pulled into right. Stanton is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Redbirds are turned away in the first. We're on to the second from St. Louis. Scoreless on the show. Giancarlo Stanton makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Time for a look at the umpires working this one. Behind the plate is Darryl Parker.
Well, overall, Parker is a solid umpire, but I have seen sometimes when there was some inconsistency calling the corners. As a pitcher, it seems he doesn't always give you the same spot when it's on the black.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Oh, that's just a blazer right there. He says, enough of trying to get you to chase. This is mano a mano, and he throws it right past him.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
The fastball looks awfully sharp here early on. Sound sharp, too.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
And that changeup's not really a pitch you can sit on with 2 strikes. Because if he gives you that fastball, you'll be an hour late on it. That's a great job of not showing that pitch until he was ready to punch him out.
Here's Chris Johnson now. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Curveball, or maybe even the circle change there. 2-2 regardless. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Through an inning and a half, no score on the show. Johnny Peralta will lead things off here as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 due up to start the home second. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Stanton on the move, but this will wind up being a foul ball. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Not too happy about that decision down there at first base. We're going to check it out again here on show motion. Boy, that is a tight call. You know, one way or another, someone wasn't going to be happy about that.
Here's Jed Jerko now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. Grounded down the third baseline. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Batting 7, catcher Yadier Molina.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and here now is the catcher Yadier Molina. Hit sharply on the ground. Gordon is there. throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. We played 2 full, and we are tied 0-0. Aerial view there of St. Louis from high above the Mississippi River as we will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone, and it's probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
1 away here to begin the 3rd.
Batting 8, shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria.
Stepping in, Adeiny Echeverria. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Marlins are still on the lookout for their first hit of the ball game. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Tough pitch to lay off there with 2 strikes. I'm not sure if that was a good take or whether he just got fooled on a changeup and couldn't pull the trigger.
Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes, so it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the 3rd.
This is one of those guys that you can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Jose Fernandez will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Oh, and he's finding his groove out there now. It's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Miami, Colton Wong digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Second baseman, Colton Wong.
Here comes the first pitch. Line drive to center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Maybe these guys are going to start getting a little more aggressive here early in the count. But this is the first pitch of the inning, and he's on base here to kick things off.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
Well, I've got to think this is a lack of communication right here. I don't know if he heard an "I got it" or what, but this should be an easy pop out. Instead, he doesn't even get leather on it.
Number 41 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. From the stretch. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1. That's by him for strike 1.
Hard to call that an off-speed pitch when it's a changeup at 88. That's a fastball for a lot of guys in this league.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Has to be thinking strikeout here.
Nope,
to 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2-2 with that.
Fastball is outside. It's full now, 3-2.
And you can't afford another base runner here. So whatever your best pitch is, whatever one you feel most comfortable with, that's the one you want to turn to.
Smoke the other way, high and deep to left. Leaping, and he makes a terrific catch as he bangs into the wall.
Nice.
The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead.
Well, this will be a sacrifice fly, but it was nearly a lot more than that. He's going to pay a hefty price to make this catch. Let's hope he's all right out there because he took a pretty good hit when he ran into that wall.
Standing in now, Stephen Piscotty, as he'll swing here and lift a fly ball out to right center. Under it now is Stanton to make the catch, and there are 2 away now. But he's safe at first as he gets back in time. Matt Holliday is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Hit hard down the line toward the coaching box. It's a foul ball. And a check swing here, but he holds up far too late as it's strike 3 and the